And for those of us whose jobs, who are self-employed, meaning you are the system that produces money, please, I want to challenge you to use the system that produces the money to build a business, so that when the system that produces the money leaves, the business that now owns systems can continue. And I'm talking to those of you who are doctors. Doctor, when you die, your wife can't take over and say, hello, praise God. Hello, hospital. I'm the wife of Dr. So-and-so who just died. And I know you're all going to miss him. So he sent me, he said, I can take over from here. Madam, nobody takes over from that kind of job. You don't just take over. You must go to school. And you can't start school now. But watch this, sir. That same doctor can actually build a hospital, such that when the doctor dies, an hospital exists. And that hospital now employs doctor. There is no stopping of that hospital. Am I talking to somebody that has to go? Those of us who are singers, you are the system that produces money, sir. Because if they don't invite you, money no enter house again. God forbid you have problem with your vocals, it's over. So as a pastor, God forbid, if my vocals have an issue, how does ministry, how does life continue? Do I have a plan for my life to continue with? What if they say no pastor should preach for the next 2 years, or Reverend Sam, you are not preaching for the next 6 years? Can my life, can I survive outside of preaching? What else have I put in place to make me survive and my family to keep going on without speaking? I'm talking frank issues here. Those of you are technology people, ICT guys, coding engineers. So when you collapse, you're no longer alive, sir. Is she going to be coding? But you can set up a company, sir, that she can begin to understand. She doesn't need to be a coding engineer to be the owner of a coding company. So what you have done, you have a media outfit, right? That's why I love what she does. She comes there to see how you run it. So basic operations, your wife knows. From camera handling, she's not a cameraman, but she knows how to carry it. That's a great thing you've done for your wife. Is what we call preparing for succession. Your wife can bring your children on board because you have set up an enterprise she has knowledge of. Look at the way you've just been traveling through life, just making money, just going, and you're not looking back. So you're knocked out of the equation. What happens to you? What happens? Look at everything. It comes down in a day. So for all of us who are the system that produces the money, without me. So let me ask you a question. If you are taken out of the equation, can money still keep coming into your family? It shows that you don't own a system that produces money. You are the system that produces money. Trusting for a family to live on, you put the system in place. So you are not the system. Now, because you know how to do, for instance, if I put a coding outfit, if I put a coding company for you, sir, thank God for what you're doing, which is the music outfit you put in place now. So now, madam, in your absence, madam, if she has studied the operation properly, madam can begin to sign on people. All we need is a good manager that can run the company. Madam supervises him and the company goes on in your honor. That is the best way for her to remember you. The worst thing that can happen is that you live and it dies. And the only reason it will die is because nobody was prepared to manage it. So if I have a coding outfit and I'm a coding engineer, right? So the coding company has coding engineers, right? Of which now I also become, I own the system and I also become part of the system. So when I am out of the system, there is still a system at work because I'm only a part of the system. I'm not the system. So my wife can be the MD. She doesn't need to be a coding engineer, but she understands coding languages. She understands what the results are supposed to be. The technical process, I don't know. But I know this thing can be done in 6 days. So guys, get it done in 6 days. Please, whether it's a Beyonce and Jay-Z, when you see two of them, you see, when you see Beyonce walking in her own terrain and you see Jay-Z on his own terrain, or you see a Jumoke Adenowo, Apostle Jumoke Adenowo, who is in her own ranking and architect of global standing. You also see her husband. What is his job, sir? He is the current what? MD of Standard Chartered Bank. The man is doing well. The wife is doing well. He knows what his wife is doing. Their children have come into their business. So Jumoke now, Apostle Jumoke, can travel around the world. You see her jumping from here. What is she doing now? Leadership conference. What is her business? Architecture. How is it going without her? That's exactly what you need to start focusing on.